Hello there everyone and welcome back to All the Fabric 6. So chicken, cute little cage from Supplementaries. Makes me curious if I can catch any other kind of mobs in that thing, but anyway. So here we are back in TR. You'll notice it's much more peaceful this time because I've just gone through and swapped out one of the overclockers with a muffler upgrade. Unfortunately that does mean that our scrap making kind of setup here is considerably slower. Like look at the speed difference here. When it's fully upgraded, that's nice and fast. When you sacrifice one just to muffle it, it goes much slower, but I don't really think it's going to matter too much. Scrap is scrap, and we're getting a bunch of this stuff anyway. I think we'll be fine. I also swapped out the netherite workbench table thing here for a compacting chest, just because I figure, like, Spectrum's a pretty cool mod. It's new. I'm just assuming that it's more efficient to do it this way. For some reason, you can't shut this thing up. I'm guessing this here is for power. Yeah, you can't tell it to shut the hell up. So that's odd, right? As a machine that runs constantly, you'd think it would have a slot to muffle it. We can probably that there. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, the Burger Mute will keep it quiet. A pristine shooting star. I just picked this up from outside, and it gave us, ignore all the error messages and stuff, and it gave us an achievement, Star Child. Yeah, which is here. Crouch click on a shooting star to pick them up. Can you collect all variants? So I'm guessing that this is just the last variant of shooting stars, which is really cool, but like, it must be a rare one because we've got a bunch. They don't seem to have recipes. I wonder what would happen if we cracked that one open. I'd rather keep it for the collection. There's a chance that we can replicate it later on, so maybe I'll crack them open later. So we'll get back to TR in a little bit, but first off, I want to, seeing as I've been spending so much time down here at the basement, we could probably spruce this place up a little bit because, you know, raining particles is nice and all, but it's still a bit morbid. You know, this hasn't changed much since day one. And yeah, I got to leave this base in a nice working order when we finish the season. So I know I said that we could probably go for this, like a bit of a neon sci-fi futuristic feel. Well, I mean, I tried to in this corner. I laid out some green, cyan, black. You know, it doesn't blend very well. It's a bit plain. And I think if we were to do that for the entire, like this entire room, it might look a bit hectic. Yeah, so instead what I was thinking is, of course, some organics. Some kind of like combination of this Minite stuff for the floor. And the walls can be like bricks with moss. Maybe with some algae bricks along the edges. I think that would look nice. And then we can just kind of like, yeah, there'll be lots of ways in which we can decorate it too, to add a bit of detail to this place. And I thought these things looked cool too. Yeah, I think that looks really cool. So something like this. The cool thing about these Minite bricks is they have heaps of variants. Like you got the walls, stairs, slabs, and to make them require some kind of mushroom. So I've just set up on the way now. So I just brought down an interface here into the front of our infuser. And the interface is just pumping in bone meal and brown mushrooms, which, you know, one each of those turns into 2 brown mushrooms. So it's like a mushroom duping setup. A bit expensive in that it always uses bone meal, but we've got bones automated, so yeah, so that's no drama. So yeah, let's tear this out and see what we can do with this kind of color palette. So this algae stuff, algal bricks, it's an interesting one because it requires 4 algal brick, which is the algal blend, which is just kelp and clay, but you got to cook it up. So I've set recipes for all this stuff, so making it a bit easier. And it's cooking up in there. And I think then you combine it with another piece of kelp at the end here to get the overgrown stuff. So the way I normally like to do these things, let's see if we've got enough, we haven't got much, is I kind of like to place the blocks and get a sense of what it's going to look like first. So I'm thinking Minite kind of walkway, algal bricks trim on the bottom. I want to have a lot of water through here, so this will be an actual creek, but it'll look like it's kind of snaking in and around on the path and up there if we can. So it's probably not the most efficient way to build, but the way I like to do things is I like to set out like my basic blocks first, just to get a sense of the color palette to see if I'm liking what I'm seeing. And I'm liking this, and then I'll come through and change out, like add variety to the base material. So you can see here we've just got regular Minite mixed in. We've got some mushy Minite, whatever that is. Ooh, looking dirty. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, it's starting to take a little bit of shape now. So the water is like spilling into the main base. these little channels zigzag, and then, you know, the minite's corroded and the water started to come in. And just so we don't end up bopping up and down here, on every one of these slabs that I've put down, it's a bit bright, maybe this one. And yeah, we'll just leave lily pads on every kind of half slab so I don't fall down there. I think that's looking pretty cool. Yeah, it's not bad. Walls. What if we had like strips behind all the machines, obviously? What if we had like strips of these reinforced mangrove logs, and then the bricks can kind of sit in the middle? That's definitely a start. That's looking much nicer. I'm really vibing with that. In between episodes, I'll probably finish this off, chuck a roof on, and maybe figure out something to do over here. Okay. And what have we missed? Oh yeah, I wanted to use these things to like signify not to go in there or something. It's a construction zone. I like that. That'll do. Okay, let's get back to TR and basically finish this thing off. So yeah, I just added, I mean, as you can see, I got a few more quests in between episodes. Nothing really, just picking up a chromium plate, throwing down another rolling machine with this recipe. That's getting us nichrome heating coils. Yeah, I also tried to get things set up. So I planted a peridot, a ruby, and a sapphire seed. It's a bit cheaty because, you know, you're kind of meant to process those things here. But we've already got 54 sapphires just sitting here, just from processing the scrap, and, you know, similar with ruby and peridot. So we might not even need to use those mystical agricultural essence stuff. So I was looking around here, trying to figure out a plan. Look, it doesn't look that complicated, to be honest. We've got a fluid replicator. We definitely want to get this thing going. So if it replicates any fluid, then we're going to be in for a fun time. We'll see. It's a single layer. This is a really easy thing to make. We'll come back to that because that'll be a bit of a reward after some hard work. Oh yeah, and it consumes the Yuya matter that we're collecting. And then we got this thing just sitting here, the lithium battery. Aluminium, easy enough. But lithium cell, we haven't done anything with cells yet. And looking at this recipe, like I've noticed the cells are a bit, they don't interact too well with, oh, look at that sword. That's cool. Anyway, distraction. They don't interact too well with REI. Like you saw that, we're clicking here in the recipe for lithium cell, and it's taken us to the recipe for blank cells. And you kind of go through here also for blank cells. But if you look carefully, you'll see that there is in fact a recipe for lithium cell. In this case, it's the industrial electrolyzer that does it. You put in some clay dust with some empty cell, and that's what you'll get. Industrial electrolyzer. Go. You're an input. You're an input. All right, so the recipe for that is clay dust and empty cell. That's this thing. Should probably make sure we have a recipe for empty cells as well. In between episodes, I did throw down a grinder, which grinds down clay balls into clay dust. So that's sorted. Can we make some lithium cells, please? Okay, it kicks into gear. It does its thing. Oh, look, the items got swapped, but it's working, so I guess that's not a big drama. Yeah, easy. Okay, this thing's where we play around with liquids, I think. So water becomes electrolyzed water. Whatever the hell that is. Sulfuric acid to get hydrogen, compressed air, sulfur. So we might need this for a few other things as well. Now we need to make beryllium. We do that in the electrolyzer with emerald or ender dust. All right, we'll see as we get 3 beryllium and a little bit of aluminium, which isn't, you know, that doesn't hurt anyone. And emerald dust is easier to automate. Like MI will just keep on giving us that. Since that's the case, let's get this recipe for 3 beryllium with 29 of the emerald. And we'll set the primary thing to be beryllium. So that's what we see in the picture. You working? You certainly are working. Okay, there's that beryllium. Perfect. But yeah, we should be able to finish off this little corner here. Up to the fusion coil. All right, I might just do that real quick then. So I think you can just like right click a cell onto a storage unit. Yep, there you go, and it deposits it. Oh wow, each one of these is worth a whole bucket. I see 3 cells and 3,000 in there. So in that case, we've got heaps of channels here. All right, I think this is it. So give us a stack of beryllium whenever it's available. at this interface here. It will then come in to this slot, but it'll also eject the empty ones back out, and the liquid stays behind, and the liquid can connect there with a storage bus. I should probably set a filter on this to make sure nothing else goes in there. To only have this stuff with a, I don't know, with a high priority, I guess. Probably unnecessary, but there we go. That's beryllium liquid in the system, and we'll probably do the same for lithium and whatever else we need to. Unfortunately, it takes 2 channels, but I don't think we're going to run out of channels here. So probably good enough for now. Can we make a distillation tower? Yes, we can. You're a multi-block that I am just not going to worry about for now. And that's used to like crack fluids into other things. We don't need that. And the diesel generator, it just requires a generator. So that's this little corner down here done. More stuff we're not going to use. But we are stuck at this point here on these fusion coils because we don't have helium or 60k helium coolant cells to make this superconductor. And this superconductor looks like it's used in a bunch of things, including the armor set. So we definitely need to get that automated. So first of all, you need regular helium and tin in a solid canning machine to get that. All right, that's one recipe. And we don't have helium cells. Helium cells, you can vacuum freeze helium plasma cell. I'm hoping to kind of avoid using the vacuum freezer. Look, glowstone's infinite. Let's set up this recipe in the centrifuge. Yeah. And then we need something called a solid canning machine. Let's see, solid. Oh, we have one. Somehow, for some reason. Solid canning machine. Doesn't seem so hard, does it? And give us a 60k. It reckons it can do it. That's you. That's you. There it is. Surprisingly easy. You know what? Go faster. Yeah, everything's still really slow over here. So, I mean, we're only using it for the quests, so I don't mind too much. We can just give things a little tap when they're needed. We'll come back to this fusion reactor stuff. Fusion coils. Yeah, you're pretty expensive, aren't you, pal? All right, we'll come back and finish off this fusion reactor stuff at the end because it seems like the most difficult thing. And yeah, let's just clean up this page a little bit. Okay, we're really cooking now. Like this stuff is just going non-stop. So clearly large quantities of stuff are needed for these more endgame things. So once those things come in, that'll be most of this page, except for this thing called magnesium plates, which, I mean, what are they used in? They're used in making a launch pad and the windmill. Oh, if you do it in the assembly machine, it just costs 1 for a windmill instead of 2. That's worth doing then, because I don't have this stuff. And to make it, you can get it with small dust, which we haven't got automated. We can use peridot dust or pyrope dust or marble dust. But, you know, once you start following that, oh my God, it goes all over the place. I'm going to hope that we just have, oh, we got 90, we got dust for days. Don't know what I was worried about. Okay. So I gave up on trying to keep these machines quiet. I mean, like those ones, yeah, these could do with a bit of shush shush. This one, which runs all the time, also, it can keep quiet. But the ones that are running just on demand, well, what's the point? Anyway, so I chucked down another rolling machine here. That's 3 of them now. Like, it seems like a bit of a waste. A whole channel, basically, a pattern provider, just for one recipe. But seeing as you got to lock the recipes, I don't think there's any other option. So we've got 3 different recipes there on demand. But with that, we should be able to now, finish this off. Give us a windmill. Give us another windmill. A gas turbine. Dragon egg energy siphon. I'm guessing that just powers, yeah. Harvest energy from a dragon egg. Poor thing. And an interdimensional SU. In there. Okay, so yeah, I've just done a little bit more. I'm thinking it looks pretty nice. I love this, for instance. You can see the geodes in there with the green mosaic glass pane sitting in front. And in general, I think this looks pretty nice. Much nicer than before, at least. I've chucked on some mossy and cracked bricks on the roof. not completely sold on it. Like the transition there from wall to roof is a bit sharp maybe, but yeah, we could smoothen that out. Looks pretty good. I'm feeling a bit cooped up, to be honest. I've been down here a bit too long. So we still have to come back and make the fluid replicator and then finally the fusion reactor. But yeah, we've been down here for way too long. So let's head on back to the end and we'll go fight the eye and then we'll come back and finish this off at the end of the episode. Now, how was it we got there again? We came over here and was this? I think it was this way. So let's give this thing a read again. The shrine drains energy from the rarest block in Minecraft, the dragon egg. All we have to do, we've built the shrine, we just have to stick an egg on top, and I think that's going to summon it, hopefully. We'll swap out our chest piece for that old thing. Oh, and there's one final thing. I wanted to test this thing out as well, a launch pad. I hear they're quite fun. It's got, you can say extreme, high, low, so that's launch distance. Obviously we'll go extreme then. We'll charge it up. Do we have to jump or something? No. How's this thing supposed to work? I'd like to get launched now. Let's try it over here, see how we go. So whenever you run past, set it to extreme, so whenever you run past it shoots you up. It shoots you up. It shoots you up. It shoots me up. I'd say that's pretty extreme. That's pretty extreme. Am I going to die? Do I have fall damage? No, I don't. I almost died. Okay, we want to be careful with that. All right, let's roll the dice. See what happens. Hopefully this guy's not too tough. Fingers crossed. Are those end rods lighting up? Oh, there it is. Literally an eye. I wonder why it took so long to charge up. Pretty cute. Is that all you do? Gonna have to go bat mode for this. I probably should have fought these bosses before it all became kind of trivially easy. There we go. The eye done. Another boss down. Are you gonna move? Oh, what happened here? It dropped something. A void portal. Oh, it's a portal. I should probably be careful getting too close to that thing. So it dropped this thing called the void eye, which you fill up at a smithing table. Right? I think it's just a renewable ender pearl. Is that right? So yeah. And you refill it at the smithing table. Ah, that's cute. That's really cool. Gonna try it again. I actually read that something else was meant to happen. Because if true, this is going to be pretty cool. So what I believe is killing this thing is meant to give us like a buff. Okay, let's do it again. No special buff. Basically what I heard is you kill the eye and then eggs nearby you will hatch. We don't really seem to be having any luck with that. Do I need to sit on it? Do I need to warm it up? Well, I have that on good authority, so I think I must be doing something wrong. There it is without shaders. Let's take a peek in this void block and see what's lurking on the other side. I guess it's a right click, yeah. Oh, already with a boss fight? But we can probably just escape straight there. Well, we're here, we may as well give it a go. Let's see. Oh wow, very hard to catch. Oh, that's crazy. It doesn't actually take damage when I hit it. Maybe we have to hit it through its minions. No, it's just summoning more in. What's the secret here? They're probably not attacking me because of my boots. Let's see. Take my boots off. Yeah, here they come. Alright, I am so confused. Maybe we need to get it near these things and it'll take like explosion damage. Nothing. Oh god, quickly, read the book. Void Shadow. The Void Shadow is a final end boss in Minecraft, seen in the different blah blah blah. You will get known to everybody and even villagers will recognize your fame if you manage to kill it. The portal to the dimension will be spawned once you kill the eye. Don't get too close to them. This book warns you the bigger fragments are called void orbs and can only get killed by void bullets but will damage the shadow. Ah, so the void shadow can get damaged by an explosion from a void fragment, but it requires a void bullet from this guy to trigger it, which means I can't be wearing these boots, right? Because I think these, yeah, I can't even aggro these guys. Okay, so it's back to Spectrum Armor. We need them to shoot bullets to hit this thing. Is that right? Come on, shoot me with your bullets. What's going on? I mean, in a straight-on fight, I reckon I could take this guy, but they're just too quick. And my attacks do nothing to it when I fly up close. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Yeah, I think I took a little bit of damage, okay. So lure them over to a big one called a void fragment. Not so bad, a little tedious. In fact, it doesn't need to be nearby. You just have to blow these up. Think this is like its life force. Yeah, easy, I can do that. Super weird fight. Let's hope it doesn't regen or else I'm screwed. There's none of those around, and I don't think it, I think you need it to like wipe the playing field first for it to spawn another bunch in. So let's just clear the ones that are here and hope that it spawns in some more. Because yeah, I've been waiting around for a few minutes and bigger ones have not grown. Hey, honestly, I can't crack this. It's taking me forever. Okay, take a bit more damage. Aha! Okay, one or two more, and then we'll be done with this fight and I'll never have to do it again. That's a good shot. And direct hit. Last one. I'm hoping last one. Direct hit. Are you going down? Is that it? Are we done yet? I'm sorry I couldn't figure this thing out any better. I guess if you're going to try this at home, all I can say is best of luck. It helps that I'm immortal, that I've got good armor, that I'm super fast. All those things help. I wonder if they realize that if they don't give us a crystal, we can't kill them. Oh, takes damage now. Ah. Fame. There we go. And what's this do? A shadow chest. I have no idea what a shadow chest is. We got some real basic stuff. Aqua Affinity 2. Infinity 2. Cool. How do you get Infinity 2? Anyway. Yeah. Dragon Egg, yes please. Right click, shoots a bullet, and shift phase through blocks. That sounds cool. So, shoots a bullet. Oh, and it's just on a timer. That's cool. All right, let's head home, I guess. Oh, this is not my home. Where the hell did it send us? Just some random location in the world. I guess it's the equivalent of the location in the void. All right, let's head home, seek some shelter, and see what this phase through blocks thing looks like. So shift and right click. Oh yeah. Shift right click. Phase through blocks. All right, that's pretty sick. We'll put them in storage. And it also gave us a dragon egg, and we have this thing here called Fame. I wonder if Fame is the beneficial buff that we need in order to get this thing hatching. All right, we'll just let it chill there for a bit, and hopefully that's all good. Now, what does Infinity 2 do? I don't know. Aqua Affinity 2? Better mining speed, I guess, underwater. Let's head out to a village, because I'm guessing what this does is it's like a hero of the village or something. Oh. Maybe not the hero of this village anymore. Hey, do something. Do something. Oh, it actually did something. It sparkled. Yes, I think that's true. I think fame, diamond lasso. Let's get a new diamond lasso just in case. I think fame is the thing that we want. Hopefully in a little bit of time, this thing will hatch and we'll have ourselves a fancy new dragon. Okay, while we're waiting for that, let's set up this fluid replicator then, and we'll play around with whatever fluids we can replicate. So it takes UU matter. It's a 3x3x1, hollow in the center. The first layer is made of 8 reinforced machine casings. So it's just another chemical reactor, and that's our fluid replicator. And it's those things. So it says that it takes reinforced machine casing. I think that's just advanced machine casing though. Yeah, that's just advanced machine casing. Okay. Oh no, so I had to log out because I had a chunk error issue where like these walls were just gone and like the floor and the ceiling here just went invisible. And look what was here when we logged back in. I tamed it by giving it a bunch of raw pork chops. You still hungry? No, they're full up, but I think it's still a baby. It really likes to wander around, so I've just chained it here. I've leashed it to a fence post here. So let's just give it a little bit of time to grow up, and we'll get this fluid replication thing sorted. You put fluid in to replicate inside hole in the multi-block. Provide energy and UU matter to replicate that fluid. We won't be able to see it, but it makes, I think, a bit more sense to stick this on this side then with an ME interface to always have like a stack of UU matter there. Can I get a quantum tank? I can. Situate it there. And it is a fluid coming out on the left. Can we give it milk? No. Probably not. I think it needs to be placeable. Can we give it lava? Oh, check it out. Now this thing's just accumulating lava. Aha, waterworks too. Yeah, I was just playing around with this in creative, and it seems like now it's got water in there, although we got lava in the tank, so it wouldn't be able to output it. But I had to break this block and place it again in order for it to accept water, which is kind of weird. Now, sadly, you can't bucket up mana. Well, that would have been pretty fun. I'm going to try with a liquid crystal, but in creative, I couldn't get it to work with any of the special liquids. Sadly, it was mostly just like the Reborn. It was mostly just the liquids from Tech Reborn. But that's okay. We don't need to be super cheaty. If we put liquid crystal in there, yeah, see, it doesn't know what to do with the liquid crystal, even though we just picked it up and put it down again. Well, in that case, maybe lava. Put that on top. Hopefully there's nothing wooden or flammable around here. And then if we just put like a storage bus on that. Yeah, and that should be sweet. And look who's decided to grow up. You want some more of this? No, you've had enough apparently. Well, you can roam around now. It's not like you can go anywhere. Do you fit in the lasso? Yep, you fit in the lasso. I can't ride you. There is a dragon saddle, isn't there? Yeah, with just a few bits of orc skin. Maybe we just right-click that on it. Ooh. And then we can get on. Check me out. Quick distraction. It handles a bit like a tank. Yeah, it handles real slow. I've got my chunks way down. If I press shift, am I going to fall off? Probably. That's not good. Okay, there's our pet dragon. The dragon is a child of the all-known ender dragon. You have to hatch the dragon and it will grow over time. Later it's rideable, and if it's big enough, you can even carry a chest. It loves to eat orc skin, but if it also has nothing raw meat, feed it. Oh, whoa, and it can breathe fire. It's fair to say I'm more than a little concerned because we have fire tick on here for some reason. I definitely should have turned it off. I'm more than a little concerned that it's going to burn the place down or eat my sole remaining cat or something. So I need to put it somewhere safe. Ironically, I think the safest spot for it is where it was. So no fire breathing, please. You just chill out there and we're going to look into building the fusion reactor. All right, the last couple of quests here on the page. Tungsten steel ingot. There is a way to do it with a vacuum freezer. I don't want to do that. That's a new multi-block. Like, I think the Scrapinator thing makes these things, the nuggets, yeah. Has a chance of giving us the nuggets, and the nuggets get turned into the ingots. So that's all good. Okay, and we need 16 of the fusion coils. Looks okay. I think we've got all those things sorted out. All right, so I've got that recipe here. Let's add it to the rest. And we'll put in a request just for 16 of them. This one's a little weird because we're going to need 116 buckets of beryllium. Well, 120 in total. But the way I've set this up is like the system is producing these things, which then converts it into the beryllium liquid. So yeah, I think what I'll do is let's craft up 116 of those. Okay. And that should automatically push it to here. And that's going to fill that up. Okay, cool. And that is the last piece of the puzzle. And then you make a fusion control computer, which is unique in that it does not simply consume the fuel, but instead processes them into a new item. It must be combined with a minimum of 16 fusion coils. We're working on that to create a usable fusion reactor. It provides an adjustable hologram. Yep, because it's multi-block. Its generation can vary depending on the size of the reactor. So 16 is the minimum. There is our fusion controller. And I think that cost us a fusion coil too, which is unfortunate. And then there's this thing called a plasma generator. It's an internal tank that can hold 10 buckets of fluid, which is consumed as energy. I'm not sure if that's related at all, but the arrows indicate that you make that last. So helium plasma cell is made in a fusion reactor with helium-3 and deuterium. All right, I guess I'm going to have to look into this. All right, that's probably a good place to leave it, I reckon. We'll build a nice big fusion reactor next time and we'll test it out and collect our shiny Tech Reborn trophy. So it turns out that the Void Shadow boss drops random enchantments with +1 to them. So that's how we got Infinity 2 and Aqua Affinity 2. You can even get like Mending 2, but yeah, it's just an odd fluke. It doesn't actually do anything. Almost certainly no video next week. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm headed interstate for a wedding and just very time poor at the moment. All right, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did and maybe keep it to yourself if you didn't. All right, see you in the next one. Bye for now.